Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to have a look at Steve's Facepalm 5. Now, I've came to a realisation with Steve. I no longer hate Steve. I just think he's pathetic. I recently watched the video of him interacting with his wife, talking about, and I watched the whole thing off of Dailymotion. The only way you'll get it is on Dailymotion now because the cucky prick down is taking it down. However, today's his Facepalm 5. Now, well that's fine. My computer's saying hello to me. Anyway, what we'll do is we will play this and we will see what happens.
Number 1, Fox News uses Manchester bombing to promote Trump's Muslim ban.
I would be careful with this, please. Remember, I'm a Brit, and it's still a very sore subject, so please tread gently.
Last week, a suicide bomber struck outside a concert in Manchester, England, killing at least 22 people and injuring around 120 more.
It was inside the concert. It was 22 children. Yes, children. Right, because they're all, trust me, I have young children. I have 3 children. And luckily my daughter's not an Ariana Grande fan, otherwise she would have been at that concert. My niece was supposed to go to that concert, but if it wasn't for the fact of a case of gastroenteritis, she would have been there and she would have been one of those 22 girls. Or it would have been 23 girls maybe. I don't know. But it's still 22 children. Why do you not say that? It is children. Anyway.
Daesh, the so-called Islamic State, claimed responsibility for the attack the next day. Fox News hosts and pundits wasted no time in using the attack to argue for Donald Trump's executive order banning immigration to the United States from 6 predominantly Muslim countries.
That just makes sense, to be honest. Right? Everybody argues the fact that the terrorist that blew up Manchester was born in Manchester. Yes, that's fine. But if we didn't have a radical ban, if we didn't have a ban for at least 90 days like you guys, if we had that, those people who come across, radicalise them and then send them to these countries to be even further indoctrinated into the cult of Islam, and then be sent back to us with all these horrifying thoughts of killing people and sacrificing themselves in stupid and pointless ways. It makes sense having a Muslim ban in the way you want to call it, a Muslim ban, and it's not a permanent ban, it's just vet them for 90 days coming back to make sure they're not completely off their fucking rockers. Oh my god, I can see a desk palm, a face plant in the desk soon. You are so retarded. Oh, you're a fucking retard.
The night of the attack, Jay Sekulow said on Hannity, "Does anyone want to argue that we shouldn't have an executive order restricting who is coming into the country?" The day after the attack, Brian Kilmeade said on Fox and Friends that in light of Manchester, Trump's Muslim ban seems almost logical.
Yep, I would agree. It does seem almost logical. Right, just you regressive left feminists, SJWs, you don't realise that even though, as you keep harping on about the Manchester bomber was born in Britain, makes no difference. He wouldn't be able to be radicalised at all if we weren't letting the radicals in the first place. Just saying.
Well, logical, except for the fact that the Manchester bomber was born in Manchester, so a Trump-style travel ban would have done nothing whatsoever to prevent that attack, but...
Yes, it would. You're just an idiot.
Sure, whatever, guys. I know that you're really eager to use the deaths of these 22 people to defend your president's racist executive order, which was just struck down by a federal appeals court again. So, don't let me stop you. Go right ahead.
Hey, retard! Yeah, you retard!
You fucking retard. Oh. You are a fucking retard, Steve. I mean, a complete and utter retard. You just don't get the fact that if they weren't allowed in the first place, even people who were radicalised outside the country wouldn't be allowed in, and those who radicalised people inside the country wouldn't be allowed to send these people out and come straight back in again, as I previously stated, to be even further indoctrinated in the cult of Islam, which is a cult, it's a religion. Religions are cults because you believe something that is completely mythical and nonsense. I mean, I can get into the whole why I'm not an atheist, why I'm not a theist, why I'm non-religious, and why I am an atheist. But that is an argument for another time. To be honest, my arguments with this right now is that you just don't have a clue what the fuck is going on because you are a complete retard.
Number 2, Republican candidate wins election after assaulting reporter. Last week, Greg Gianforte, Republican candidate for Montana's vacant seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, assaulted Ben Jacobs, a reporter for The Guardian who had been questioning him, throwing him to the ground in a move that Jacobs later described as a body slam.
Oh, I wish I could have seen it. I've only heard the audio. It was fantastic. Get away from me. Bang. Brilliant. I'm sorry, that was fantastic. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to hearing that audio over again. I please hope you play it. I hope you play it. Let's see.
The day after the assault, Gianforte won the election. That a candidate could win an election after assaulting a journalist for doing his job is bad enough. What makes the situation even worse is that Gianforte's attack on Jacobs was viewed as a good thing throughout the right-wing media.
Yeah, we all thought it was funny as fuck. I'm sorry. No, wait, sorry. As anti-feminists, anti-social justice warriors, anti-retards, basically, we all thought it was fucking hysterical. I thought it was hysterical. And when I first heard about him doing it, I would have voted for him too. Oh man, I would have made sure he got in. A man not afraid to take the bull by the balls and get on with it, you know. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy.
Laura Ingraham mocked Jacobs for calling the police, comparing him to a child who gets his lunch money stolen and then runs and tells the recess monitor, raising the question of what Laura Ingraham thinks children who have their lunch money stolen by bullies are supposed to do, while...
Yeah, she's comparing him to a child, running away and telling him, and that's what they're supposed to do, but he's an adult. He's a grown-up. Oh, you're so making me fun. Oh, this is so brilliant. You're idiots. Oh. You're idiots.
Rush Limbaugh called Gianforte a manly, studly Republican who acted as he did because Jacobs was being insolent.
Slap that boy down with a... Sorry. Insolent. Listen, if he's anything like the liberal media as you are, you're all insane. So I'm not surprised that he would push himself onto the man in question, and then force his opinion, force himself and force his way into his own personal bubble. And no offence, if he'd done that to me, I would have pile drive the fucker. Never mind body slammed him. I mean, I'm talking straight out Undertaker style, bump through the fucking a table, the closest one there. Right? You guys don't know personal boundaries. You need to fucking learn that shit. We all don't like people getting up in our business, you know. And fuck that shit, you know. Anyway, let's get on with this.
In case you were wondering, when he was attacked, Jacobs was questioning Gianforte about the Republican health care bill, which was also the subject at hand earlier this month when reporter Dan Hyman was arrested for attempting to question HHS Secretary Tom Price. I wonder why Republicans are so sensitive about that health care bill.
Because it kind of sucks. But then all healthcare bills that come out of the States sucked. Obamacare was awful. Helped some people, hindered lots more. This one's going to help some people, hinder lots more. We have something similar happening over here with our government. The Conservatives are our version of the Republicans. the Tories as we call them, they have brought out a manifesto describing everything that they want to implement when they're in power. And the one that has got a lot of people, there's two. One involving what you can and can't say online being controlled by the government. That kind of sucks, especially when you do this, especially when this is your escape, your release, you get away from your life. I can come away and complain about things for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But the one that really has got everybody up in arms is, we've called it the dementia tax right now. What that means is, what the government wants to do is, if you get diagnosed with dementia and have to be taken into care, they would then be able to take your property, use that money to then fund your care. Now, it isn't all going to go to the government. It is up to the first £100,000 belongs to the family, and the rest goes towards the care of the relative in question. This is all well and good if your house is worth less than £100,000, or even £260,000. I'd probably say it'd be quite okay. That's fine. But what about houses that are like £500,000, £1 million? Right, you'd have to. It's ill-conceived. It's ill thought of. I understand why they want to do it, because the government can't afford to pay for all the dementia cases, all the people going into care. However, if they stop making the world and nannying us and babying us so much, we might not have so many people with mental health issues, because our freedoms are so oppressed in Britain. I mean, the amount of actual cameras that we have in Britain, I mean, closed circuit television, CCTV cameras, would be illegal in any other country in the world, especially in America. But anyway, we're getting away from this now. Let's continue.
Number 3, CBO confirms Trump Care 2.0 would slam the sick and the poor. Oh, maybe this is why.
See my previous point.
I know this may come as a shock, but it turns out that bill would be incredibly harmful to sick and poor people. According to a report released last week by the Congressional Budget Office, the bill would result in 14 million more uninsured people next year and 23 million more uninsured by the year 2026. The bill could lower premiums for some and also reduce government deficits, but only because it would allow insurance companies to apply for waivers allowing them to opt out of providing essential benefits as defined under the Affordable Care Act. The CBO report estimated that premiums for older people living on low incomes could increase almost tenfold. But look on the bright side, people earning over $200,000 a year would get a nice big tax cut. Isn't that worth killing a few impoverished old people?
No, but what are you going to do? It's not perfect. But then again, Obamacare wasn't perfect. How many people got left uninsurable or left without insurance because the exact same thing? None of them work. They never work. Right? Stop bitching about it. Obamacare was just as fucking bad. Stop being a cunt.
Come on. Number 4, Sean Hannity pushes conspiracy theories surrounding murder of Democratic staffer. Host of his own shows on talk radio and Fox News Channel and festering boil on the ass of American media.
Don't be so fucking immature. What are you, 5? Fuck's sake, Steve. I mean, you have got so many fucking retards on the mainstream media fucking talking shit. And I mean actual shit. And so much bullshit they should wear a toilet roll or toilet paper round their neck so they can wipe it as it's coming out. Talk that much shit. But anyway, dude, go fuck yourself.
Sean Hannity has been shamelessly promoting a lurid conspiracy theory regarding the murder last year of Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich. Rich was shot and killed by an unknown assailant on July 10 in what police currently believe was a botched attempt at robbery. But some, including Hannity, think it was Rich, not Russian hackers, who provided DNC documents to WikiLeaks.
There's quite a bit of evidence suggesting that. But there's also other conflicting evidence. I suggest you make your own opinion on this, but do please look at all the facts. I mean, I personally think he might be onto something. Maybe not to the depths that he's going on about, but there's definitely something hinky involved in it. Yeah. Anywho.
And when the DNC, or perhaps the Hillary Clinton campaign, found out about this, they had Rich killed. There's no evidence for any of this, and Fox News has already had to retract one story claiming Rich had contacted WikiLeaks prior to his death. But that hasn't stopped Hannity from breathlessly reporting on every imaginary detail. Not even the parents of Seth Rich, who publicly requested that people stop peddling conspiracy theories relating to their son's death, could throw him off the trail. Last week, Hannity told his television viewers that he would stop reporting on the Seth Rich story out of respect for the families, and then a few minutes later, he tweeted this. Okay, to be clear, I am closer to the truth than ever. Not only am I not stopping, I am working harder. Updates when available. Stay tuned.
Sounds to me that he just can't let this one go because he knows it doesn't sit right with him. That seems fairly fair, you know? That seems fairly right. I wouldn't actually say that's a bad thing. Anyway.
Sean, good luck with the YouTube channel you're presumably going to be starting after Fox News shit cans you for losing all your advertisers.
Ha 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 ha. You are so funny.
Sadly, I know you'll do great. And now it's time for the segment devoted to some of the other things Donald Trump has done to disgrace the presidency and embarrass and or endanger the United States and the rest of the world lately. It's number 5, the further misadventures of Lord Dampnut. Please keep in mind, as always, the following is not a complete list.
Steve, when are you ever just going to let go of this? You lost. Hillary's a cunt. Nobody likes you. How about this? You're a child, right? You're immature, you're... So let's put this in a term that you'll understand. We have a little rhyme probably back here in the UK, right? But you guys actually have it as well, I must imagine, right? Na 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 hey 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 goodbye. Right, you've lost and get over it, right? Stop cucking the fuck out of life. Realise the fact that you have left your balls in your wife's purse and you are nothing more than a pathetic excuse for a man. What can you say to that except for that? Anyway, I've had enough of talking to you, listening to you fucking ramble on about bullshit. Because you said everything you said there could be easily disproven without even having to look, but I do suggest looking. Right? The only one that I would suggest really looking into is the healthcare one, because I don't know enough about it to make an educated guess on why it's fucked up. But just going on the way the policies in this country work and how they do things, I guarantee it's just a royal clusterfuck. It always has been. Well, anyway, thank you very much everybody for watching. I do appreciate your giving me as much attention. All I can say is if you liked this video, hit like. If you want to share this video, you can. If you want to subscribe, please do so. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid of getting negative ones. I don't care. I will respond back though, and hopefully it won't turn into an argument and it'll actually be a debate, which would be nice. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.